David, is there anything that needs to be introduced by you for this section?
Yeah, I'll be very, very quick about this. This is a standalone course, so you don't have to take the first one to gain something from this. The first course basically goes over the mechanisms behind how acupuncture affects the neurological system. So in the introduction, you'll see, terms and stuff in relationship to the first course. You can go back and take that if you want. You'll learn lots of great stuff. This is the practical version of, or I guess this is the practical extension of that first course. There are quite often you're going to hear a term brain-derived neurotrophic factor, so BDNF. And BDNF basically is miracle grow for your brain. So it's a stimulation factor that promotes the growth of new neurons. With these modules, you're going to be introduced to different terms each time you go through. By the end of this course, everything is going to seem really fluid. So for some of you, it may seem new, but a lot of these things, IL-6, tumor necrosis factor alpha, all these things, they're just terms. You'll get really comfortable with this as we go along. So don't feel overwhelmed. You're going to get re-exposed to the same ideas over and over and over again. Okay. So with that being said, let's rock and roll.
Module 1, Introduction to Acupuncture for Neurological Disorders. Welcome to Neurology of Acupuncture. Part 2, Acupuncture for Specific Neurological Conditions. This course builds upon the foundation laid in Part 1, where we explored the mechanisms through which acupuncture interacts with the nervous system. Now, we shift our focus to specific neurological conditions, examining acupuncture's clinical applications and therapeutic potential. Acupuncture has long been recognized for its ability to modulate the nervous system, influencing neuroplasticity, neurotransmitter regulation, and neurogenesis. As our understanding deepens, the role of acupuncture in neurological care continues to evolve, supported by advancements in neuroimaging, biochemical research, and clinical trials. In this lecture, we will discuss the neurological conditions treatable with acupuncture, review key neurophysiological mechanisms relevant to acupuncture, and explain how Part 2 expands upon the knowledge from Part 1. Acupuncture has demonstrated efficacy in treating a wide range of neurological disorders. In this course, we will explore these conditions in the following order. First, we will begin with stroke recovery, where we will analyze how acupuncture promotes neurogenesis, enhances cerebral blood flow, and supports functional recovery post-stroke. Following this, we will examine insomnia, a condition that acupuncture addresses by regulating melatonin levels, balancing the autonomic nervous system, and improving sleep architecture. Next, we turn our attention to Parkinson's disease, a neurodegenerative disorder characterized by dopamine deficiency. Acupuncture has been shown to regulate dopamine levels, reduce tremors, and support motor function in these patients. We will then explore high blood pressure, where acupuncture plays a role in autonomic regulation and nitric oxide modulation to help manage cardiovascular function. Next, we will delve into mental illness, including anxiety and depression, conditions where acupuncture modulates neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, and GABA to support mental and emotional well-being. Finally, we will conclude this section with a focused discussion on acupuncture for Alzheimer's disease, exploring its potential to support cognitive function, regulate neuroinflammation, and enhance brain health in neurodegenerative conditions. To understand how acupuncture benefits these neurological conditions, we must explore its core mechanisms of action. Acupuncture modulates neurotransmitter activity by influencing the release of serotonin, dopamine, GABA, and endorphins, all of which play a role in mood, cognition, and pain perception. Acupuncture enhances neuroplasticity, supporting neuronal repair, learning, and memory through mechanisms such as the upregulation of brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Additionally, acupuncture promotes neurogenesis, particularly in the hippocampus, aiding cognitive function and recovery from neurological damage. Acupuncture also balances the autonomic nervous system, regulating sympathetic and parasympathetic activity, which influences cardiovascular, respiratory, and digestive health. Pain modulation is another key function of acupuncture. By activating descending inhibitory pain pathways and influencing the periaqueductal gray, acupuncture reduces pain sensitivity and enhances analgesic effects. Additionally, acupuncture has been shown to reduce neuroinflammation by decreasing inflammatory cytokines such as TNF-alpha and IL-6, which helps protect against neurodegenerative conditions and autoimmune neurological diseases. This second part of the Neurology of Acupuncture course builds upon the foundational knowledge established in Part 1. In our previous discussions, we explored the history of acupuncture research and its evolution in modern science, the concept of the arrival of qi and its measurable neurophysiological correlates, acupuncture point specificity, and its implications for clinical outcomes, and acupuncture's role in neurogenesis, neurotrophic modulation, and the neuroendocrine system. Now, in Part 2, we apply this knowledge to real-world clinical conditions. We will examine condition-specific acupuncture protocols, the latest scientific evidence supporting acupuncture interventions, case studies illustrating successful treatments, and practical applications for integrating acupuncture into neurological care. As we embark on this next phase of the Neurology of Acupuncture course, our goal is to deepen your understanding of acupuncture's role in treating neurological disorders. By bridging ancient healing traditions with modern scientific validation, acupuncture emerges as a powerful therapeutic tool in neurological care. In the next module, we will explore acupuncture for stroke recovery, analyzing the mechanisms through which acupuncture promotes neurovascular regeneration, functional recovery, and neuronal repair. Thank you for joining this journey into the expanding field of acupuncture neurology.